Hey guys, welcome to Refined Financial. This is my first official video. I asked over on my Instagram at Refined Financial Home what video you guys would like to see first, and I actually got quite a few votes on all three options, but the one towards the top was how I set up my budget, which I kind of figured was the best video to start with anyways. So let's go ahead and start with May. It's a little early, but this is just a good template to start with. So right now I am using the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck workbook, which I really like. And because of my husband and I's income schedule, it just makes sense to go off of my paychecks because I always get paid on the same 2 days every month, whereas my husband's is a little bit more variable income. So every single month I get paid on the 15th and then the last day, so usually the 30th or 31st. So let's go ahead and do, this will be May 1 to 14. So that means that at the beginning of every month, I use my last paycheck to start the first half. So whatever I got paid on the 30th will be for the first half of the month. And then I'll show you, we'll do a second budget starting on the 15th, and that will be starting with my paycheck that I get on the 15th and cover the second half of the month. So because of the layout of this being a paycheck budget method, I have two every single month. All right, so naturally at the beginning, I always start with Elaine's income, Britt's income, and then we do believe in tithing to our church, so I always do minus tithes, so that way our income total is exactly what our true take-home money is after tithes. And then I start with my bills for the first part of the month. So we have rent and rent insurance coming out on the 1st. We pay for my husband's health insurance separate because it's not set up through his work. Of course, we have utilities. We have our phones. I have B Apple and E Apple because we both have small little subscription plans for extra storage. And then my husband also has a little subscription through Apple, so I just put B Apple sub because that's how I notice it on my account. And that is everything as far as our bills go for the first half of the month. See, that's 1 through the very 14th. That just happens to be everything for this. And then down here, it does say envelopes, but I don't actually use cash envelopes for my variable expenses, which is what this little category is. So you have your income, your fixed expenses, your variable expenses, and then you get into savings and debt. So for variable, it's probably similar to most people. We have grocery, gas, eating out. I do 2 little sections for my husband and I for whatever we want to spend money on. So we have Britt and Elaine. And then we have 2 dogs, so I write their names because I just like to see their names on there more. We have Coda and Nala's fund. And then I do shopping, which is kind of an all-inclusive, whatever doesn't fit into these categories. And then over here for sinking funds, I actually do pull out money for our sinking funds, and that is not something I used to always do because I was impatient and a little scared to see that money not be in my account, but it is a tried and true method, and now I fully stand behind it. And I would like to do more videos on that as well. But some categories that we have are car maintenance, carpet, because before we move out of here, we're gonna have to fix a little something that our baby boy puppy did in the past. I have Christmas, house, just for whenever we move. I have vet, medical for anything before our health deductibles are met. And then Montana, because that is a vacation that I'm currently saving up for. And then we currently do not have any debt, so I always skip that little part. And then down, this says extra savings. This is just kind of after you've covered all of your living expenses, save some things that you feel like saving for, whatever's extra, I send to our savings account. So I have 3 to 6 month expenses, which that kind of follows the Dave Ramsey method of once you've saved up for your initial emergency fund, you save up at least 3 to 6 months of expenses. If something crazy happened with your jobs, how would you be able to get by if you literally had no income? So that's kind of something we actively save towards because I feel like there's never enough. And as emergencies do happen and we use savings for different things, it's just nice to continuously fund that so you know you always have that buffer. And then a Roth IRA in addition to my husband and I's 401ks. And then cushion, which that's kind of a new thing. And cushion just means a little bit of money that's left over in your checking account. Let's say you get overcharged one month for your phone. That little cushion can help you pay for that. Let's say groceries, inflation, whatever, gas. You need a little bit extra because you went over your budget. That cushion is meant to kind of help. So sometimes that gets nothing. All right, now we're on to the second half. So this would be May 15th to, 30th. I don't know how many days are in May. So pretty similar, E income, B income minus tithes. So we have our true take-home amount. Then for the second half of the month, we have a lot less bills. So eventually I would like to redo some of our due dates so that we don't have all the money coming out the first half of the month. That's a good budget tip, to have your funds allotted evenly throughout the month. I just haven't done that because it's a little bit of a hassle. We have 2 more things. Oh, this is why you do it with a pencil. Car insurance and pet insurance. My husband does have an Adobe subscription because he is an artist and does all that kind of stuff. Our laundry, so we actually do rent our washer and dryer. That might be weird, but we currently live in a duplex and it only fits a stackable, which is kind of useless in every other house in the world. So we just know in our next house that we will have a regular washer and dryer. So we didn't want to spend the money on a full unit because those are pretty expensive. So we actually rent it, which has proven to be really great for us. And then car insurance, and we do have pet insurance because like I said, we have 2 dogs. One of them is 1 and like 2 or 3 months, and then our other dog is 6 months old, so very prone to puppy life, ear infections, all of the things. So who knows if we'll keep pet insurance forever, but right now it's definitely been good for us. We have Trupanion, which I would like to get into in another video in the future, but for now, we'll just breeze through this. And then again, my variable expenses do not change. It's always the same list every month. Our wife and husband fund, Nala and Koda's fund, that shopping, kind of like miscellaneous. And then again with our sinking funds, So another thing I really like about the budget by paycheck method is that, let's say at the first half of the month, something happens and we get a little bit less income, or our grocery and gas bills is way overdue. Maybe we went out of town and we ate out a ton. So now I don't have as much money to save for these extra little sinking funds, these extra little expenses that aren't necessarily urgent, but stuff I like to keep funded. Um, I have the wiggle room to be able to save up that money for my next paycheck. All right, well, thank you guys for listening to this little budget breakdown of my 2 budgets a month to split up my paychecks. I look forward to digging in a little bit deeper to all these different things, including some budget-friendly variable expenses with like pets and shopping. I want to talk about some home things and some beauty things. I want to dig deeper into our savings accounts and our sinking funds. So thank you for watching, and definitely go follow me at Refined Financial Home on Instagram, where you will get the most updated information and get to give me some feedback on what you guys want to see. I'd love to help you potentially build a budget and just share my little savings journey along the way.